John Moores University. Welcome to the Football Exchange's first Football Psychology Conference that we're hosting this year, and hopefully it will be one of many that we continue to host as the years go by. I'd like to thank Bases for endorsing the programme, also the Premier League and the Elite Performance Department led by Andy O'Boyle for supporting places for practitioners within the Premier League. The title, as it suggests, Development and Performance Integrating Psychology from Academy to First Team, has been intentionally quite broad. It offers us an opportunity to listen to, learn from and reflect and challenge about kind of topics that are delivered in academies in England, practice that operates at first team level within England and abroad, and across both men's and women's parts of the game. So it's a broad focus in terms of the conference. We've got some excellent speakers from the industry lined up, and we hope that today's a day where you can interact with people, interact with content, and leave the day with some questions to think about for your own practice. In terms of the reach, we were kind of thinking about this probably 12 months ago as part of the 20-year celebration of science and football at Littlewood John Moores University. It's our programme, a 10-year anniversary of the Football Exchange's formation, and as part of the kind of activity associated with that, a conference associated with psychology. We're delighted to see so many people here from the industry, from across Europe, across the world even, and from a variety of different football clubs in the Premier League and other leagues outside. And there was over 115 delegates that will be interacting across the day. I think it's really important to try to find a time. It's quite a busy schedule, but if we can try to find the time in between the sessions, certainly over lunch, to interact with people, that would be absolutely fabulous. The kind of context and in terms of the presence of psychology in football, I guess psychology in football from our perspective has been somewhat behind other disciplines in the industry. It's been slow to grow and slow to evolve, and I think it's important to really understand the kind of context of psychology in its life cycle. And I guess also what's important, we use this quite a lot in our group, is to understand where we sit in our career progression as practitioners across a range of disciplines, whether that's ourselves as an early career practitioner, whether we're a mature practitioner, whatever that maturity term means, but I guess that evolves around experience. It's also important to think about the context of your applied environment in terms of the culture, and at what stage of development you find yourself operating in within your culture. And the aspiration of today is to listen to people that are working and have worked for a number of years within different contexts, and to try to take messages that people talk about away and to integrate into your world, into your clubs, and into your environment, or with people that you practice with, and whether that's in business or whether that's in art and music. And the aspiration for all of us is to try to organically grow psychology within the workplace so that it moves through in an informed and responsible manner into a mature stage of development. Because what we can't do as practitioners, especially in psychology, and what psychology represents within football, which is a challenging industry to practice in, is we can't end up into decline. Okay, cool. So there'll be messages from practitioners that will talk about where they are positioned in their career life cycles. They'll talk about practice that they're currently engaged in. What would be quite interesting to think about and reflect on is the stage of evolution that psychology is within their respective organisations, and how that applies to you with regards to the organisation and environment that you work in. And what we know about psychology in football, certainly in England, is that we currently have a changing landscape. The Premier League with a variety of different stakeholders have been instrumental in pushing and integrating psychology as a core component of the audit and of the EPPP standards and requirements, whether that's performance support or emotional support through the lens of psychology. There are a variety of different standards now that professional football clubs are responsible for, that can be evidenced in a variety of ways. And again, we've got speakers throughout the day that will be talking about their practice and their work that is integrated into this particular context. And if we think about the size and the volume of football in the UK and football in England, with 12,000 registered players across a number of different professional football clubs and types of academies, we have a huge responsibility as accredited and qualified practitioners to shape the type of experience that those stakeholders have, stakeholders being players, parents, and individuals within the clubs that we can work alongside in an multidisciplinary manner. This, we like to think, provides an opportunity and a challenge. There's a real opportunity now in terms of the level of provision that is being invested in England in the football academy system. The 2009 iteration has mandated full-time psychology provision for Category 1 clubs. What is really important, and different speakers will pick up on this, is that there's a real requirement for quality assurance now, raising the standards of practice of individuals that are operating within our industry. The regulatory body for HCPC, and also the role of BASIS now that is integrated with the Premier League and forming relationships. This can't exist without a collaborative approach, and already there are signs, there are people in here today that are part of regional networking groups within the UK that are coming together as practitioners to share practice and to talk about what they do, supporting the development of young people in our football environments. And that is incredibly important that we talk openly about the practice that we engage in, the things that we think that we're doing well, the areas that we need support, and the challenges that we face. We can only continue to learn if we're open and we look to collaborate. The challenge is thinking through different lenses, thinking through a performance lens, thinking through a development lens of the person and the performer. And something that has been quite an integral feature of our research group at this university is this notion of identity. The person that we're dealing with, the performer, has an identity, and the person has an identity. And our work that we do inside the context of those worlds supports people that have different forms of identities. And what we know about that world, it sometimes promotes a very strong, a very narrow, and a very exclusive performance identity that, upon retirement or exit from the game, can be challenging. So again, we've got speakers that will be touching upon different aspects of that throughout the day. An application. So the application of age-appropriate integration across all aspects of the game, from academy, through first team, and both male and female parts of the game. Our speakers are drawn from all of those environments that will be sharing their work. And the focus, of course, is at an individual level, working directly with the stakeholders, the player, the coach, the parents, different people that have a variety of different roles in those industries. We work at a team level and we work at an organisational level. And again, the speakers that will be sharing their practice will be talking about their activity, their work across these different types of levels. We have one slight change. Chris Bradley from Changing Minds will be delivering a workshop today. Unfortunately, Andy Rogers can't make it, so that's the only one change. The programme will be moving on to the first session with Christine and Fran. We've got 4 of our LJMU supporters and helpers. They're going to kill me for these pictures, but they are our workshop leads. So after this morning's session, at the coffee break, the coffees are in the kind of paper cups. If you want to grab a paper cup, and then after the workshop, we're pretty we've got a designated workshop lead that will be taking up there. And any questions or comments or feedback throughout the day, please feel free. So workshop 1 that you would have signed up to, and then from the workshop we're straight over to the Starbucks area for lunch. At 12:40, Professor Richard Thelwell will be delivering a update on the BASIS CPAR pathway, so that will be in here at 12:40. So for those people that are interested in the new BASIS CPAR pathway, going to get an early lunch and head over. We're then starting the 5 slides in 5 minutes at 1:15 from 8 practitioners who will be sharing their work inside the respective organisations that they work. Workshop 2 starts at 2:45, coffee break, and then the final session with Adam, Carsten and Mark. We're looking to finish around 4 o'clock, pretty tight and packed schedule. We'll do our best to stick to time. I'll speak to Mark before he starts to see how we do that one. As we have to do this, there is no scheduled fire alarm. If there is a fire alarm, we're meeting outside the Tom Riley building, and then probably straight over to the pub if that's the case. Anyone that has any special dietary requirements, we've made provisions. You just need to speak to one of the team. That will sort that at lunchtime. Please do engage in social media activity if you wish. So that's enough from me. We hope you have a great day as part of the conference. We're really excited to be putting on something of this magnitude with so many different people. And please do engage, please do challenge, please do share your thoughts and ideas as the day progresses. So thank you very much for attending, and I'd like to invite our first speaker, Christian Luther, to the stage. Christian's a good friend of the University and the Football Exchange, having spent 7 years at Bayern Leverkusen, 5 as a first team sports psychologist, 2 years as the Academy of Sports Psychologist before moving on to Bayern